Hey barbecue fans, welcome to a beautiful day on the Frankenboo Ranch. Okay, so here at the ranch, we are a big fan of breakfast, and I like a breakfast that is flavorful, quick and easy to make. And so today we put together this recipe of breakfast sliders. Now this recipe is good for like a football Sunday, a nice brunch. You probably make them ahead of time if you wanted to, with the exception of the eggs, and then put them all together and cook them. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some King's Hawaiian rolls, we're gonna split them, then we're going to cook some eggs, bacon, and we're going to assemble this with some cheese, and then we're going to top it off with maple syrup and butter glaze, and then on top of that we're going to add some everything bagel seasoning. Now what that's going to do is it's going to give it this really sweet and savory flavor for the end product. Once we do that, we're going to pop it in the smoker. I've got the smoker going at 350 degrees, and we're going to cook it for about 10 to 15 minutes until the cheese is melted. Now you got to be careful with the King's Hawaiian rolls because they will cook up and burn easily. So with that said, let's go ahead and get this recipe started. Now, most of y'all know we don't buy store-bought bacon here on the ranch. We make our own. Hopefully you guys are doing the same thing because there's nothing better than a good homemade bacon. So our grill is nice and hot. We're going to start these up. Some delicious looking bacon right here, I'll tell you. Get this sizzling really good. All right. So like I said, we're going to use our King's Hawaiian rolls. Now I've got 4 eggs that I cracked and scrambled here. You could do more or less. Four eggs will go to about 8 sliders. So there's 2 of us here, so we're going to do 8 sliders. All right. I give you 4 piece. I'm just going to cut these in half nicely here. Careful not to cut your hand. All right. Now we got these cut in half. I'm going to go ahead and lay the cheese down while we're waiting. And then we'll split some in between the 2 of them here. I like full cheese coverage as much as possible. Okay. Our bacon's cooking. It's going to be a few minutes on the bacon. Now this is something else you could do on the grill as well. If you've got a flat top like this with a top on it, you can set 1 burner offset and cook them. You can finish them on the far side, do like an offset like you would on a gas grill if that's the way you have to cook, so on and so forth. So keep that in mind. I like putting them on the smoker because it gives it just that little hint of smoke. All right, so I'm going to pop this. I'm going to pop my butter here into the smoker just to melt it up a little bit. And then we're going to mix the maple syrup with it. For whatever reason, I don't have real maple syrup here today. I guess I'm out. I don't know. So we're using the next best thing, Mrs. Butterworth. Maybe someday she'll come to life and talk to me and tell me how good her product is. All right, let's check this bacon and see where we're at. Yeah, I just really showed my age there, didn't I? All right, so this bacon's going to be a few more minutes. We're going to go ahead and hold it right here. We'll be back when the bacon's ready and we can cook the eggs and assemble. Be back in a minute. Okay guys, so our bacon is done cooking. Let's go ahead and get this off here. A nice beautiful color on it. I'm just going to scrape the top of my grill off. Turn it down just a little bit more. All right, let's get our butter off. It's melted, ready to go. Make sure we're not burning fingers. Okay. Now, next thing I'm gonna do is cook my eggs. All right. Now I like to do a soft scramble on the eggs, and the reason I like to do a soft scramble is because they're gonna continue to cook a little bit once we put them into the smoker, the oven, wherever you wanna finish them off at. So it's gonna cook just a little bit more. So I'm just going to do a soft scramble here. And while those are scrambling, I'm going to go ahead and mix my maple syrup into the butter. All right, like I said, this is going to give us a really nice sweet and savory flavor that is warm. All right, that's going to be very tasty. All right. Okay, so we got our soft scrambles ready. Maybe a little bit more here. Okay, well that's going. Let's go ahead and add our bacon. 3, 4, 5. Let's go 3 on each. How about that? Then we got some left over to munch on. All right. Let's get our eggs up in here. Eggs and some more. All right, let's put a little bit of these over onto this one. Okay. And you could make these in advance, even cooking the eggs. And then I would lower the temperature just a little bit on the smoker, maybe go 275 to heat everything so that the buns don't burn. All right, so last piece of the puzzle, we're going to paint some of our maple syrup butter mixture on top of these. Make this nice and sticky, which, like I said, this is going to give you a very sweet and savory flavor. And believe it or not, the everything bagel seasoning is really going to make this. And then we're just going to hit it with all right, now we're going to pop these right into the smoker. All right, we're gonna let those cook for about 10 minutes until the cheese is melted, and we'll be back in about 10. See you in a few. Okay guys, so our sliders have been on for just over 10 minutes now, and I think they're ready to go, so let's go ahead and pop these things off. Woo-hoo. A little warm. All right, you can see the nice caramelization of the sugars on top, nice and crispy. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and slice these things. You can pull them apart if you want, but the last time I did it and pulled them apart, that's when the bacon ripped like it's doing right now. All right, and then we're going to cut them across this way. All right, you can see we got some beautiful little breakfast sliders here. These things are so tasty and so easy to do. And like I said, make them ahead of time. You've got a tasty breakfast you can take to someone's house. You can make them beforehand, cook them up, and serve them. Now you can also serve these, another thing I was thinking, is you can serve them with a side of maple syrup since you got it on top. Seems a little messy and excessive, but I think it'd still be good. So here you go guys, great little breakfast recipe, quick and easy to do on football Sunday or football Saturday, whichever you prefer. And I guarantee you're gonna enjoy these things. So until next time guys, keep on smoking it.